Good morning, class 7, and nice to see you again in our social science class. I hope you are doing fine. As we have finished block 7, so it's time for sample answers. So today we will discuss sample answers of workbook and practice questions and additional questions of content book and also bonus questions of this block. So before starting, be sure that you have all the essentials. Resources needed for today's class are workbook, content book, stationery and notebook. I hope you are ready with all these items. Our aim of today's class is to review the homework and sample answers of workbook and content book along with bonus questions. So let's start with workbook. But before that, one reminder for you children, do not copy all these answers as these are sample answers and are only to guide you in order to review and edit your answers. So let's start with workbook. As in the first set, the first question is strike out the regions not under the control of the Vijayanagar rulers. And that regions were Ahmednagar, Raichur, Delhi, Agra and Berar. And the second question is how did Vijayanagar kingdom come to power and what led to its decline? Two brothers, Hakka and Bukka, established the Vijayanagar kingdom. They brought the region of northern Karnataka, Malabar and Konkan, region between the eastern and western Ghats, and that between the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal under their control. The kingdom had 4 dynasties that ruled the region for 230 years. These dynasties were Sangama, Tuluva, Saluva and Aravind. Krishnadevaraya of Tuluva dynasty is considered the most famous ruler of the Vijayanagar Empire. After his death, the empire declined due to weak rulers and constant conflicts with neighboring kingdoms. The last ruler, Sadashiv, was defeated by Bahmani rulers in Talikot. And the third hot question is, what were the strengths of the Vijayanagar Empire? Able administration, a strong and efficient army, rich natural resources, ports, and good trade relations with the traders made the kingdom strong. Bringing many regions under its control helped to turn Vijayanagar Empire strong. Now let's move to set second, Bahmani Sultanate. And the first question is, tick the regions under the control of the Bahmani rulers. So now match your answer. That regions were Ahmednagar, Berar, Golconda and Bijapur. And the second question is, what factors led to rise and decline of the Bahmani kingdom? Hasan Gangu Bahmani, an officer of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, took advantage of the political unrest in Delhi Sultanate to establish his own independent state. He brought about stability in the region by suppressing rebellious nobles and providing good administration. His successors were Muhammad Shah, Firoz Shah and Ahmad Shah. Internal conflicts and constant wars with Vijayanagar made the Bahmani kingdom weak. It disintegrated into 5 states of Ahmednagar, Bidar, Golconda, Bijapur and Berar that were eventually absorbed into the Mughal Empire. Now the third horse is, give one similarity and one difference between the rise and fall of the Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. The Bahmani kingdom came to power due to the political unrest in the Delhi Sultanate, while the Vijayanagar Empire's origins were different, as it was established by the two brothers Hakka and Bukka Raya. The two empires were similar in their conquests for capturing territories that were richer, and both the dynasties suffered from internal conflicts that led to their downfall. And set 3, contribution of the two kingdoms. And the first question is match the following. So you check your answers. I hope you have done it correct. A. Statue of Gomateshwara is in Vijayanagar. Usha Parinayam, written by Krishna Deva Raya. Urdu was flourished in Bahmani kingdom, and Gol Gumbaz is in Bijapur. Now the second question is, how can we say that kingdoms of Vijayanagar and Bahmani left behind a rich heritage? Krishna Deva Raya himself wrote several works in Telugu and Sanskrit such as Jambavati Kalyanam and Usha Parinayam. The Bahmani rulers too were patterns of Arabic and Persian literary works. Urdu flourished under their rule. The Vijayanagar kingdoms used granite extensively for building ornate pillars, large gopurams for the temples, open theatres and monolithic structures. On the other hand, the architecture under Bahmani rulers was a unique combination of Deccan, Islamic and European styles. They built many mosques, tombs, gardens, madrasas and libraries such as Gol Gumbaz in Bijapur and the Charminar in Hyderabad. Now the third what is, how can the monuments and literary works by the two kingdoms help us learn about the past? So monuments help us to understand the craftsmanship skills, religion and economic conditions of the rulers and people. Literary works tell us the languages used in those times and help us to understand the social, political and economic activities of the people. So our discussion of workbook is over. Now let's start with practice questions. So open your notebook and match your answers. The first question is, name the 4 dynasties of the Vijayanagar Empire. So Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva and Aravind are the 4 dynasties of the Vijayanagar Empire. And the second question is, why was the region of Goa important for the Vijayanagar Empire? The region of Goa was important because of the port, which saw brisk trade between India and the Western world. The third question is, why is Krishna Deva Raya considered the greatest ruler of the Vijayanagar Empire? Krishna Deva Raya was considered an able general and good administrator. He conquered the regions controlled by the Bahmani rulers, Bidar, Gulbarga, Bijapur and smaller kingdoms. He looked after the needs of people with the help of his respected Prime Minister Timarusu. He personally toured his kingdom to check what problems people had and tried to offer solutions. He was also a great builder. He constructed many palaces and temples in his capital city and repaired the old ones with the help of a Portuguese engineer. He developed the irrigation system to irrigate the dry region around Vijayanagar and improved the drainage system. Now the fourth question is, name the 5 states which emerged after the disintegration of the Bahmani kingdom. So the Bahmani kingdom disintegrated into 5 independent states of Ahmednagar, Berar, Bijapur, Golconda and Bidar. Fifth question is, who established Bahmani kingdom and how? Hasan Gangu, an officer of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, established the Bahmani kingdom with its capital at Gulbarga in 1347 AD. He captured the entire region between the eastern and western Ghats from the Hindu rulers. And the question is how he established Bahmani kingdom. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq took advantage of the confusion in Delhi Sultanate to establish his own independent state. Now the sixth question is, why were the other nobles jealous of Mahmud Gavan? Gavan's efficiency, growing power and popularity made other nobles jealous. They conspired against him and managed to convince Muhammad Shah that Gavan was disloyal to the state and involved in treason. Gavan was put to death since he could not prove his innocence. And the seventh question is fill in the blanks. Urdu was used in the court of Bahmani rulers. Sanskrit and Kannada flourished under the rule of the Vijayanagar Empire. And C. Tenali Raman was one of the Ashtadiggajas in the court of Krishnadeva Rai. Question number 8 is, why was there a lack of peace between the empires of Vijayanagar and Bahmani? The Vijayanagar and Bahmani empires were arch enemies because both wanted control of the fertile regions, especially the area of Raichur and the fertile banks of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Both kingdoms also wanted control over the ports, which were trading ports for several South Asian countries. The region of Golconda also had diamond mines, which were again a reason of constant conflict between the two kingdoms. Question number 9 is, how can the architectural features of the buildings of the two kingdoms different from each other? So the architecture under the Vijayanagar rulers was a combination of style seen during the Hoysalas, Chalukyas, Cholas and Pandyas. They used granite extensively for building ornate pillars, large gopurams for the temples, open theatres and monolithic statues such as the Gomteshwar statue. The architecture under Bahmani rulers was a unique combination of Deccan, Islamic and European style. They built many mosques, tombs, gardens, Gol Gumbaz in Bijapur and the Charminar of Hyderabad and Mahmud Gavan's Madarsa at Bidar are some of the finest examples of their architecture. And the 10th question is, as you know, higher order thinking question. And the question is, it was important for the rulers to look after the welfare of the people, to enable them to maintain a strong and contented army. Do you agree with the statement? Why or why not? So yes, I agree with the statement. Children, this is the sample answer. You write in your own words. So yes, I am agree with the statement. Brisk trade and business made the kingdom economically prosperous. More money from trade and taxes meant that the king could use surplus funds for the upkeep of his army and pay better salaries to his soldiers. So, practice questions discussion is over. Now, additional questions. As the first question is, match the following. I hope you have done it correct. Match your answers. Kottam, administrative division of Vijayanagar. Then Tarafdar, governor of Taraf. Nandi at Lepakshi, example of monolithic structure. Then D. Gol Gumbaz, Asia's largest domed tomb. Now, the second question is, give examples to prove that Krishnadeva Raya was a great builder. Krishnadeva Raya was a great builder as he constructed many palaces and temples in his capital city. He repaired the old ones with the help of a Portuguese engineer. He developed the irrigation system to help irrigate the dry region around Vijayanagar and improved the drainage system in his region. He built a beautiful new colony, Nagalpur, in the southern boundaries of his kingdom in honor of his mother, Nagla Devi. The third question is explain with examples that Krishna Deva Raya was not only a good administrator but also a good scholar. So, an accomplished scholar of both Sanskrit and Telugu, Krishna Deva Raya gave patronage to learned men and gave liberal grants to the Brahmins. Krishna Deva Raya encouraged scholars of Sanskrit, Kannada, Telugu and Tamil. He also wrote several works in Telugu and Sanskrit such as Jambavati Kalyanam and Usha Parinayam. Now, the next question is, why is society under Bahmani rulers called cosmopolitan by historians? The society under the Bahmani kingdom was cosmopolitan as people living in the kingdom spoke many languages and followed many religions. Along with people living in the region, there were those who had settled here from Iran and Iraq. Hence, several languages like Persian, Urdu, Telugu, Kannada, and Marathi were commonly used. Now, move to the fifth question. How can we say Mahmud Gawan was a man of principles? Mahmud Gawan was a just administrator and treated both the poor and rich alike and did not show any favors to anyone. His noteworthy characters were faithfulness and loyalty towards his king. And he did not misuse his power and position. He was generous towards helping the needy and was known to distribute a major portion of his income among the poor. He led a simple life and rejected pomp and show. According to legends, he would take his meals in earthenware utensils like the common people. And now move to 6, that is horse question. What, in your opinion, were the strengths of the Vijayanagar rulers and the Bahmani kings? So the rulers of the two empires, although arch enemies, were able administrators. They were equally good builders and scholars. Both kingdoms recognized and gave patronage to learned men and artists. They utilized the natural resources of the plateau region to construct lofty temples and buildings. So our discussion of workbook and practice question and additional questions are over. Let's start bonus questions. As in the first set, I had given who ruled the Vijayanagar kingdom after Harihar's death, and the answer was Bukka Raya ruled the Vijayanagar kingdom after Harihar's death. Then in the second set, the Bahmani kingdom extended from the northern Deccan region to the river, and the answer was Krishna. And in the third set, who wrote Jambavati Kalyanam? So Krishna Deva Raya wrote Jambavati Kalyanam. In the fourth set, in which kingdom the administration was followed a feudal system? So in the Bahmani kingdom. So what we have learnt in this block, we have learnt important rulers of Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms and the rise and fall of the Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. We have learnt about the contribution of the two kingdoms and social, political and economic life under the rule of Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. Okay children, so what you have to do? Prepare Block 7, Vijayanagar and Bahmani Kingdoms for block assessment, as the block assessment is on Wednesday, means tomorrow, and complete all the writing work. Okay, children, have a nice day. Bye bye. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.